Splitgate 2 just did something Halo Infinite could never dream of. In its open beta, it's offering more maps, more modes, and even a Forge-style map editor, even before the actual launch of the game. That's more content and features than Halo Infinite had in its entire first year. Let's talk how a smaller dev team at 1047 Games created, in their words, a shit ton of content for their open beta, and how an established 343 Industries couldn't even make content after their first year of launch. Splitgate 2's open beta is coming out in just a few weeks. If you want more Splitgate 2 content, please hit that like button and subscribe. In 2021, Halo Infinite finally launched after a year-long delay, and despite all the hype, Halo Infinite launched absolutely half-baked. It had just 10 maps, 4 playlists. There's no Forge and no custom games browser. Everything about Halo Infinite was bare bones, and players quickly decided that Halo Infinite was not for them, and the loyal Halo players had to wait over a year for substantial content to come to the game. Now, comparing that knowledge to what we know about Splitgate 2, 1047 Games just showcased their open beta trailer, and they're showcasing that they already have over 20 weapons, 15 maps, and the big kicker is they already have their Forge type mode coming in the beta. Now, I have no idea if their map and mode editor will be anywhere close to Halo's Forge, but just the fact that the smaller team at 1047 Games was able to get this done for the beta and not even the launch of the game is crazy. Forge came into Halo Infinite a year after launch, while there was 0 maps coming into the game. In the open beta trailer, I even think they kind of poked fun at the fact that Halo didn't have Forge for a long time, because when they showcased that there's gonna be 15 plus maps in the beta, they crossed out 15 and they put Infinite above it, meaning that the players are gonna make a lot more maps than 15, but also is like, hey, Halo Infinite was supposed to be like this, but it wasn't. So if you're sitting there and thinking, how did a small dev team with 1 game under their belt create all of this for their beta, where 343 Industries, which was a much bigger company, couldn't get any of this content into their game for over a year after their game actually launched? The answer is the Unreal Engine. After the success of Splitgate 1, 1047 Games decided to stop development on the game just a year after its launch, because honestly, they didn't think it was going to become that popular. They knew they had to upgrade and make the game how they wanted from the beginning. So they switched to the Unreal Engine 5 and took all of the community feedback and poured it into this game that's about to come out. The reason Halo Infinite never got content is because how bad their engine was. The Slipspace engine was a complete disaster. It made putting any sort of content in the game so difficult. Even the UI, 343 really couldn't do anything about it. This was even proven because recently Halo announced that they're moving to the Unreal Engine for their future projects. But what this all shows is that AAA studios can't just rely on nostalgia to create a successful product. We're currently living in a gaming world where all the big studios which ruled in the past are making subpar products, and it's showing. And now we're seeing the rise of a bunch of indie games and smaller dev teams creating amazing games, and their player counts are showing. When Splitgate 2 comes out on May 22nd and it's able to keep up the content, it might just reshape what we expect from modern shooters. We don't need content roadmaps, we need content at the beginning of the game. Now, do you think Splitgate 2 will blow Halo's launch out of the water? If so, let me know in the comments. And if you're hyped for more Splitgate content like I am, please hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell, because this is just the beginning.